Hey guys, today we are going to be taking an electronic dive into Sweden. So I'm going to be checking out 101 facts about Sweden, basically 101 facts about Sweden, and I'm so curious to be learning about this country. I basically have no idea about Sweden. I don't even know what they like and what they don't like yet. So today we are going to be taking a tour into this beautiful country together. But if you're new here, I am Stella. Please make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Also feel free to make priority requests from my Buy Me Coffee link, and I'm also very active on Patreon. So let's get right into today's reaction.
Hey motherfuckers, jag are Sam, and today I'm here to talk to you all about the Scandinavian sensation, the Nordic nonpareil, the freezing phenomenon that is Sweden. Sweden has contributed so much good to the world, much of it spherical. Confused? Well, I guess you'll have to keep watching to find out what I mean, won't you?
Orange.
But why do Swedish people regularly scream out of their windows? Why does Sweden import rubbish from Norway? And is the Swedish chef the king or president of Sweden? I should really learn more about international politics. Anyway, 2 out of 3 of those questions are going to be answered, so get comfortable on your Stocksund armchair, grab yourself some surströmming and salt licorice, and prepare to be Swedenated right up the Jacksea with 101 facts about Sweden. Mycket bra.
I just saw ABBA. I think ABBA, the winner takes it all. That's them now, yeah? Yeah, that's them. Are they Swedish? I didn't know they were Swedish. Okay, it's getting interesting already.
Number 1. Sweden, known officially as the Kingdom of Sweden, is a Scandinavian country in Northern Europe. Are you with me so far?
Okay.
Yes, good. The rest of the video would be a bit of a slog if you weren't, frankly. Number 2. Sweden is nicely sandwiched between Norway to the west and north and Finland to the east. Sweden is also connected to Denmark to the southwest by a bridge tunnel across a super narrow strip of water known as the Öresund. Number 3. Sweden is generally divided into 3 distinct regions, which are stacked on top of one another vertically like the sections of a fab. I remember those. The southernmost region is Jutland, Svealand is found in the middle, and Norrland sits atop the north. Sorry if I mispronounce anything like that, because, apparently I mispronounce things all the bloody time, according to the comment section.
It's so funny.
Number 4. At a hefty 450,295 square kilometres, Sweden is the 3rd largest country in the European Union by area,
Oh, wow.
behind Spain in 2nd place and France, which takes the gold medal. Number 5. Sweden has a total population of roughly 10 million people. Interestingly, around 2.3 million of those people have a foreign background, meaning that almost a quarter of all Swedes have recent ancestry from outside the country. Number 6. Sweden has a pretty low population density of only 22 inhabitants per square kilometre. The highest concentration of people is in the southern half of the country, i.e. most of Jutland and Svealand. Furthermore, roughly 85% of the population of Sweden lives in urban areas. Number 7. The modern Swedish word for Sweden is Sverige, which simply means realm of the Swedes. Pretty simple, unlike IKEA instructions. Ho-ho! Zing! Got you there. Oh, it's probably racist for me to mention IKEA, but there we go. Number 8. There is evidence to suggest that people have been living in what is now known as Sweden since as early as 12,000 BC. But Sweden first emerged as an independent state much later on during the early 12th century. In the year 1280, King Magnus Ladulus issued a statute which established a nobility and granted them numerous rights and privileges, including freedom from taxation. Oh dear, typical posh boy. I shouldn't pay any tax because I've got loads of money. Number 9. A couple of centuries later, the population of Sweden was decimated by the Black Death. Oh,
Wow.
classic Black Death. Which killed 2/3 of the Swedish population.
Wow, what was that? This is the first time I'm hearing something like that. Black Death. Is that like a flu? War? Please help me with that in the comment section. What?
At this point, Scandinavia's culture, finances and languages came under threat from a powerful merchant association called the German Hanseatic League. In response, the kingdoms of Sweden, Norway and Denmark joined together under a single monarch in 1397, creating what was known as the Kalmar Union. The Kalmar Union lasted almost 130 years until Sweden rage quit in 1523, becoming a strong, independent country that don't need no man in a crown.
Oh, wow.
Number 10. In 1630, Sweden decided to get involved in the religious conflict known as the 30 Years' War, which had already been raging for years. The Swedish involvement snatched the Protestant side a victory from the Catholic jaws of defeat, and resulted in a significant decline of Catholicism in Northern Europe. At this point, Sweden had solidified its position as one of the great powers of Europe. which lasted for hundreds of years after. Cifra 11.
What's the prominent religion
In the year 1658,
Sweden?
oh, remember that, what a great year it was. The sea between Sweden and Denmark froze over so completely that 9,000 Swedish soldiers and their horses literally walked across frozen water and besieged Copenhagen. Number 12.
Them was the Moses.
Unfortunately for the Swedes, during the 18th and 19th centuries, Sweden began to lose many of their territories outside the Scandinavian peninsula, culminating in the annexation of what is now Finland by Russia in 1809. Oh, poor Finns. Number 13. The last war in which Sweden was directly involved flared up in 1814, when Denmark was forced to cough up Norway, which was forced into a union with Sweden which lasted until 1905, at which point it was peacefully dissolved. The union, not the country. Since 1841, Sweden maintained an official policy of neutrality in foreign affairs, meaning that it's been at peace for over 200 years, even throughout both world wars. Number 14. That being said, although Sweden was officially neutral in both World War I and II, the country did engage in humanitarian efforts. During the Second World War, Sweden took in refugees from German-occupied Europe, including almost all of Denmark's Jews, who Hitler, and I'm going to say it, that dick, had ordered to be arrested and deported to concentration camps. However, Sweden also allowed the Nazis to use their railways to transport arms and troops and traded with Germany throughout World War II, so it's a bit of a mixed bag of should we help the Nazis or not? Number 15. Between the 1850s to the 1930s, roughly 1.5 million Swedish people emigrated to North America. The population of Sweden in that period was never more than 3.5 million,
Wow,
so that's really saying something. Most America-bound Swedes ended up in Minnesota, where the American Swedish Institute is located in the state capital of Minneapolis. Number 16. After the Cold War ended, Sweden joined the European Union on the 1st of January 1995, but also chose not to adopt the euro and also declined NATO membership. Oh, those rebels. Number 17. Sweden is home to over 95,000 lakes larger than 100 square meters. That's over 9.5 million square meters of lake, people. I'm trying to make this sound impressive, but I genuinely have no idea how much lake is a lot of lake. Number 18. The Åland Islands, an archipelago located at the entrance of the Gulf of Bothnia, are officially part of Finland, but are home to a Swedish-speaking minority who have their own government, flag and culture.
They're never a country.
Number 19. Because of its proximity to the Arctic Circle, Sweden regularly experiences long, dark winters, which can lead to some of its citizens to suffer from seasonal affective disorder. As such, some bus stops in Sweden have been fitted with phototherapy lights to combat the effect of barely seeing the sun for months on end. Number 20. Sweden's northernmost town is Kiruna and is located well within the Arctic Circle. The town is so far north, in fact, it does this really mental thing where the sun does not set at all certain times of the year, and subsequently doesn't rise at all for most of December. Number 21. Nowadays, Sweden is renowned for its Nordic social welfare system. Swedish citizens enjoy universal healthcare and university education entirely free of charge at point of use. Wow, that's good. I like that a lot. However, this comes at the price of high taxes. And with a tax rate of over 50% of GDP, Swedish people are among the most highly taxed in the world. However, most Swedes seem to be fairly happy with the situation. In fact, the Swedish word for tax is skatt, which doesn't mean anything filthy, it means treasure. Number 23. Since 1901, the Nobel Prizes have been awarded every year in Sweden to honour excellence in various fields, with modern categories including physics, medicine, literature, peace, and YouTube fact videos. I hope to collect my statuette this year.
Oh my god, yeah. It's so far so good. I'm loving Sweden and their style of living and how they view the world, because he just recently said college students or students entirely actually have free education, and giving awards to people in different fields, in physics, healthcare, and all of those things. I feel like it's a great way to encourage people to do better, research more, and just a good life aid entirely, because it will motivate them to do more, and by doing more, the country is actually growing more and more. That's amazing.
As of last year, almost 585 prizes have been awarded to 923 people and organisations. Number 24. In case you didn't know, the Nobel Prizes are the legacy of Alfred Nobel, who left a massive amount of money in his will to the establishment of the Nobel Prize. Oh, and also he invented dynamite in 1866, so well done, Alfred. I don't know what that coyote from Looney Tunes would do without you. Number 25. Sweden has managed to accrue 7 Nobel Prizes for literature, including the first woman to win the prize, Selma Lagerlöf, who won in 1909.
That's a long time
Morbacka,
ago.
a large mansion in west-central Sweden, has a national shrine and memorial to Lagerlöf.
Wow.
Number 26. But it's not just writing that Swedes have done good at. A number of important inventions and innovations are Swedish in origin. The pacemaker, the refrigerator, the ultrasound, the astronomical lens and computer mouse were invented in Sweden or by Swedes living abroad. So without the Swedes, you wouldn't be able to see your baby and post it all over Facebook. Oh, I'm having a baby. Yeah, we get it, Chan.
That's amazing.
Number 27. To date, Sweden has won 636.5 Olympic medals in total. The half a medal, which you may be thinking, about, is due to the fact that at the 1900 Olympics in Paris, Sweden competed alongside Denmark in a tug-of-war with France, and Sweden-Mark won the gold. Number 28. Of course, no discussion about Sweden would be complete without mentioning everyone's favourite international sensation, that is IKEA. Did you know that everyone's favourite purveyor of Scandi design also sells roughly 1,836,000 meatballs across the globe every single day? No? Well, you do now. Do with that information as you wish. Eat it up like a meatball. Number 29. In 2006, IKEA opened up a store in Haparanda, a municipality in Sweden, in the most northerly county of Norrbotten, making it the northernmost IKEA in the world. Temperatures there regularly drop to minus double digits during the winter, so I think I'll just go to the one in Croydon, thanks very much. Number 30. Speaking of Haparanda, the town is so close to the Finnish town of Tornio that they share the same post office with 2 separate phone lines, one for calls to Sweden and one for calls to Finland. Number 31. Similarly, there's a golf club.
At number 30, we have still have a long way to go, so I'm going to continue this part some other time. But I in between the video, I said that the countries are so close to each other that it feels like it's the same country, just different name, and even the flag is similar. The only difference between them is the color, but the same design, but just the color difference. And they share the same. That's crazy to hear. Different countries sharing the same post office, different, phone call booths, a phone for Sweden and his phone for Finland. They just come like, okay, for instance, I'm coming from Finland and you're coming from Sweden. Oh, I'm here to pick a parcel. Yeah, which country? Finland. You get your parcel and stepping home. Like, you guys, it's actually very crazy, and so far so good. I love what I've been hearing of them. They have great minds entirely, and they pay attention to education. Education is one of the priority in Sweden. From this video, I can tell. And the fact that you don't just go to school and you stay unemployed. I guess there are slots for employment, and even people employed, there is still an award they give to them, and that award is like a booster to do more, to learn more, and to get awarded, and not just to get awarded, you are being recognized for your efforts in whatever field you are. That's really amazing. I'll be checking out the continuation of this on the channel some other time. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. Please do not forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to leave your requests down below, or you can make priority requests for my buy me coffee. I will see you guys on my next one. Bye, loves.